What do you feel like the team needs to do to not have to go on runs at the end of the season or be really good at the start of the season?
Like you said, that consistency part is big. You know what I mean? If we last year, I think we were pretty kind of consistent on defense, but offensively we fluctuated a little bit, and that's really uncharacteristic of a Portland team. So I think that aspect of it, we're definitely implementing new things, and the NBA is always changing, it's always evolving. What you can get away with, what you can't get away with, and we're doing so as well.
Terry had said that even though you guys are the youngest team, that youth isn't an excuse because it's an experienced team. So I wonder if you've noticed that and you can see it from the team at least these first couple days of practice.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been here, we've been going to the playoffs. That's 3 years in a row. So the guys that were here, mainly the core of the team, like I said, that have come back, they've been in the fire for, and seeing what their games entail and different things like that. So from that standpoint, yeah, But the youngest team thing could also be a blessing as well, like you said, because it's a combination of not unexperienced, but young.
What gives you hope that you guys will start the season better than you have your first 3 years here?
Because we committed to it, you never know how the season might go, last 2 years in a row I've been hurt, which hasn't helped. And
so you?
I think so sometimes. Just making sure we get off to that good start. I think that we know that, after 2 years in a row and seeing what that does, it's a big emphasis on it, I think guys came back super early this year, making sure that, that it will be no rust, when it comes to the start of the season. So I think it's in the minds of everybody, even, right after the season was over, to be back, to make sure that we in a rhythm. And like I said, the young guys, I couldn't tell who's the young guy, who's not, because they're picking up everything very fast.
What do you think you guys have to do to regain that offensive consistency that maybe you didn't have last year?
It takes a lot, from every position, from the head to the bottom, We have to be committed, and we have to understand, that it takes work to be good on offense. I think we've last year took a little bit for granted, and just knowing that it'll come, and it's like, no, it won't come. You have to make it come, And that just because we've been a really good offensive team doesn't mean that it's a mandatory that we will be.
What do you like about what Seth's given you so far?
I've seen him around the league, so I just know what he can do, and it fits perfectly. He just came from the Dallas system, which is kind of pretty much this system. I came from the Dallas system, which is the same thing. So it's like, they play a brand of basketball that we play. So yeah, I just know that he'll fit in, and obviously he can really shoot the ball.
Yeah. So it's the shooting that you're most enamored with, I guess, or most impressed
Yeah,
with?
for sure. He's a really good shooter, but again, he's also very smart, and he can really pass the ball, which is actually, I guess, he has a good pace to him. So yeah.
You're out there shooting with Zach. What have you kind of seen from him from last year to this year and his progression?
Just the second year, That first year is a whirlwind, 82 games for a rookie is a lot, And he's handled it like a professional. And, he's always on top of his body as well as making sure he gets in enough work. So with that formula, he'll be okay for sure.
What's it like, when you're a young player developing that jump shot? Because sometimes players, don't hit their groove with the jumper until a couple of years into the league. What have you kind of seen from him as a young guy shooting so well?
He works on it, That's half the battle. He's also been able to get in the fire. So sometimes, you realize you got to get that shot off quicker than you thought you did. And also you realize when you open, you do have to shoot it. You can't, pass it around like you think you can sometimes in college and it'll come back. Obviously, we try to pass a lot, But the NBA is a little different. You have to take that first open shot or it might not come again. So he's learning all those different things. And like I said, in the first year, man, it's just a lot thrown at you. And then also being on a team that already kind of had some veterans, at his spot, it's kind of hard to just come in and just, make a super impact. So he's doing, I think, a great job for sure.
How long do you think it takes a player in the NBA to find that groove with their jump shot? Whether it's an age or a couple of years in the league, or is it playing time? Kind of what goes into that?
I think it's playing time because you could be young and they force you right into the middle of things and you get your groove, or you could be old and, you just don't get that time out there because, you don't know that the guy can really shoot until you start seeing him play. So it's hard to say a guy can really shoot good just from practice and stuff like that.
We saw the photos of the King of the Court belt. Is the belt new, or is that the belt from last year?
Yeah, that's the belt from last year.
Okay.
I was just, they vacated the belt from me. You know what I mean?
They took it from you?
They just, to start the season, I had to give it back, so I got to go back and go get that.
So it seems like they should have to take it from you. It seems like it should be yours until it's not.
Yeah, we're doing something different. It's more so for the wins and different things like that we're getting in training camp. Last year is just for who after games. I mean, before the day of the game shoots the best or whatever the case might be is how we got it. So once training camp is over, we'll go back to how regular King of the Court is.
Now, so when you gave it up, did you even get to do your walkout music? Like, did you get to do all that
stuff?
No,
we didn't do that. It was first day of practice, so we didn't want to do too much distraction. But yeah, that's something that we saved just for games that when we shoot and stuff like that.
So it was you, Mo. I think Damien joined it later.
He did it one time.
It was okay.
Yeah, we shouldn't have let him play it, man. You can't let an amateur just come up and work up the ranks.
I agree.
We was foolish for that, but Mo was missing that day. But Shabazz was in it. It was me, Mo, and Shabazz mainly.
They're going to have to replace Shabazz this year, so who gets that spot?
They got to, like I said, the amateurs got to make their way up the rank. You know what I mean? They got to play on the Letter Cup or the undercards, and we'll see who's worthy.